He lost 70% of his heart function, all because an emergency room doctor failed to properly read and interpret an electrocardiogram. You want to know what this is about? Come join me as I share with you a remarkable story. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law in the state of New York. This young man was having chest pain. And what did he do? He went to his local emergency room. And now, in the emergency room, they do a full cardiac workup. The first thing they did was an EKG. And now the emergency room doctor is reading it and says, not a problem, it's normal. Turns out it wasn't normal. Turns out the computer that actually interprets the EKG indicated it was abnormal. But the ER doctor knew better. He read it as being totally normal. He sends the patient home with the instructions to follow up with a cardiologist. And in fact, they give him the name of a cardiologist. So that's exactly what he does. And he goes to this cardiologist who never gets copies of the emergency room records, never looks at the original EKG done in the emergency room. And now he does his own tests and basically says, don't worry about it, let's put you on some medication, come back each month. And that's exactly what he does. He comes back each month, but with more and worse complaints. He's having chest tightness, he's having pain in his chest area. And each time the cardiologist tells him, not to worry, it's fine. Well, it wasn't fine. Because after 3 months, this gentleman had a massive heart attack. He winds up going back to the same emergency room. Now the doctors in the emergency room look at him, they see the EKG, and they see, yes, you're having a massive heart attack. We're not qualified to handle this. We're going to send you off to a hospital in Manhattan that we're affiliated with. The doctors, the cardiologists at this New York City hospital, based upon his own emergency room records, were telling him, listen, you had findings here that suggested you had heart disease. It turns out that 3 of his main heart vessels were totally clogged. Young man. And had this been recognized earlier, he could have had an elective triple bypass surgery known as a CABG, coronary artery bypass graft. And you know what? If that had happened, he never would have had this massive heart attack that killed off 70% of his heart function. So this left him unable to work. This left him unable to get up from the room from here all the way over there. He was taking 40 pills a day just to deal with the fact that his heart was no longer functioning the way it should. All because an emergency room doctor failed to properly interpret and read and recognize what was going on in an electrocardiogram. So why do I share this great story with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding about one case that I was able to help this gentleman and his family obtain compensation, significant compensation. You know, I realize you've got questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you've got legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.